Okay, guys, I'm back. I'm playing Goldmund again. And we just played, and he beat me. After playing a pretty nice game, and then he kind of blundered it back, but I had no time at the end and couldn't do much. So we're rematching, and we'll see what happens in this one. Just playing some solid system. I guess I'll go bishop d3. This guy's good and fast. So I want to keep my wits about me. Oh, we're identical in rating now, too. 24-77 each. I would really like to take revenge on him this game. That would be nice. Sweet revenge. Let's go bishop b2. I don't want to do anything with the pawn tension yet. This is perhaps... This is a little different than what I would normally do in this line, but let's do that. We'll see where he moves his bishop. Then I'll go knight e2. I've displayed this plan before in games. I think there's at least one game I've recorded where I did this plan with like knight g1 to f3. Let's go a3, just to keep things on lockdown. I want to attack him on the king side. That's the plan. So I'm going to put my knight on f3, and I'm going to gradually try to break through. This is kind of a funny line because it's very difficult for either side to do almost anything. Like, truly. But especially black, I feel. Let's just go here. We'll use that rook. Is he going to bring his king over to the other wing? That would be cool. Man, I really want to play f5 right now. And sack something and break through, but that's complete nonsense. That would be ridiculous. Let's see if I can like set it up though. Because if he goes king g8, I might be able to do it. What e4? E4 is also tempting in this position. Let's like menace that move. Just for kicks. Okay, now I might be able to play f5. Yeah, I think I can actually kind of do this. And at least I get rid of one of my pawns if I do it. So the point is I have pressure on his bishop. Ooh, you changed his mind. He's going back the other way now. Again, I want to sack something. I just really do. Take here. I'd have to sack a lot, though. That can't be good. Play for some sort of advance in the center now. Let's go h4. Maybe stick my knight on g5. At least I made him like try to figure out which way to go with his king. Brings the knight in, okay. h5, why not? b4. Let's take here first. Let's just see what you're doing. See what you're doing. Probably lock it up. He can play queen f6 though. Do I care? Maybe I don't. Maybe I just go knight e5. Yeah, knight e5. Tactics favor me, I think. Because if he takes on f2 with his queen, I can, well, here I would play knight takes d7. But let's say he plays knight takes e5, pawn takes e5, queen takes f2. I have bishop takes e4 is the point. And if he can't do that, what is he looking at? Something like that? Wow. Yeah, but now I have f4, right? Winning a rook. He might have some dark square counterplay, but I would have a hard time believing this is worth a rook.
Check.
Okay. Tempted just to take on g6 and kind of go for it. Yeah, let's do that. I don't see anything particularly risky in doing this. Got to be merciless. Take on f7 now. Again, I don't see why not. Let's do it. Take my bishop. Doesn't want it. I can just play a move that safeguards the second rank, I guess. Still very dangerous for him to take my bishop. It's impossible for him to take my bishop without losing, I think.
Check.
Check. Wow. I would be surprised if this actually worked. I mean, just like something like this. Queen e7, is that forced? Queen e7 I can take on c6 at the very least. If rook h2 now, I can take on g7 and simplify. Let's just do this because this looks easy. Looks very simple. Go attack that guy.
Check.
Just take some stuff.
Check.
Take some more stuff. Threaten things. Oh, I could have like picked up his rook, I guess. There's like so many things that are winning here. It's kind of ridiculous. Like count the wins. I mean, this is just winning. Take him. Yeah, and he resigned. Okay, well, I won the rematch. I think he got in trouble because he moved his king over to the queen side. Or he tried to. He tried to go king f8, king e8, etc. So this line, the time that I played it before, it got really locked up because I played an earlier c5. This time I tried to delay c5. It wasn't like particularly useful, this delay. Maybe it was, because I did win a tempo on his bishop. But that's about it. So this maneuver, if you're going to play this line for white against the Chebanenko Slav, this maneuver is important to know. Knight e2 and then knight g1, knight f3. Rerouting the knight. So he did this. Now this is like a, they call this the padlock. So the idea is after playing a3, because I have my pawns side to side, when he plays a5, he can never open the position unless I want it to. Because whichever way he advances, a4 or b4, I can push the corresponding pawn and just close the position. So that's kind of the idea of this move, because I do intend to castle queenside and attack on the king side. So now I rerouted my knight to f3. And I mentioned that I thought it was hard for black to do anything in this line, and I do stand by that. I think like white's pretty much the only one who has winning chances in this line. The problem is if black defends properly, it's extremely difficult, if not impossible, to win. And actually, I think the best plan is for black to move this knight and then play f5. So like knight h5 is a good idea. What did I do? I played king b1. Yeah, knight h5 and then going f5 after that is really, really solid. I don't know how good the computer is in this type of position, but it says I'm a lot better, but let's just see if black plays something solid. Knight e5. Okay, I guess knight e5 hits the c pawn, so that's a slight annoyance. It does start to like white a little bit now. But I know in the past, the times that I've struggled to get through this very closed line is when they play f5. Because look at all the pawns he has on light squares. That makes up for the fact that he has no light square bishop, and I do. So rook hg1. Yeah, and this was a... I mean, it makes sense that he's bailing out towards the king side, but you kind of wonder, like, if this was his plan all along, why did he castle short way back on move 11? And I played king a2. I wanted to go f5 right now, but that was not sound. I mean, I briefly considered this line, but the problem is, at the very least, he can play queen e4 check and just trade the queens. Maybe I would have some comp if he wasn't able to do that, but even then, it's nebulous at best. So king a2, and I think he just missed the idea of f5, or maybe he thought it was like not possible to stop it. e4 is also tempting. So rook de1, I kind of was maybe gearing up for e4 as well. See, the computer likes knight e5 even better in this position. The computer suggests a plan where I play on the queen side. Knight e5, rook c8 to defend the c pawn, and now a4. Yeah, I wasn't going to do that. So I went f5 instead. I do like this decision. It looks like he was correct to play king f8, so he moved back. I went back to d3. Now h4, yep. h5. Take. He did take back. I wonder if he could actually insert this move. Oh, but I take on f7 and I hit the rook. Okay, so that's not possible for him. a4. And knight e5. So actually knight e5, he had knight takes, pawn takes, and then queen f3. Yeah, neither of us saw this move. Queen f3. That's a nice one. And that physically blocks me from playing f4. So I can't support my pawn on e5 so easily. That's a key move. Boy, that's a strong move. Yeah. Now the best I have is something like this. Going into this endgame. Yeah, it's ugly. He's going to win my e5 pawn. Apparently I'm in a much worse endgame. Yeah, he took, which was just dreadful after f4.
Check.
And now I'm winning. Likes bishop takes g6. I could try to win slowly with the extra material being really safe, but I mean, his king is not going to survive if it gets open like this. I think the game was kind of a testament to that. So I figured it was fine to do this. Bishop e8 was a winning move here. Bishop e8. Wow. That's crazy. And I guess I'm getting my queen into g6 very forcefully. And if he plays rook h2, I have this.
Check.
Wow. Deflection. His queen is overloaded. He's trying to defend two things. That's amusing. Rook e2 is a more sane way to play it.
Check.
Yeah, and this is... I mean, he tried to hold it, but I gotta believe that...
Check.
He's gonna be done in a matter of moves.
Check.
Maybe rook f4 wasn't the best, but... I missed a mate in 8 or something. Queen a8. Okay. I figured I was missing something here, but I was just trying to win in the cleanest possible way. So, okay. Alright, so I evened up the series against Goldmund. I'm going to go back in the 5-minute pool for my final game today and see if I can play him again. Thanks for watching, guys. Please leave me any feedback in the comments. Bye.